For some reason, I feel like this particular album for me, out of all of mine, I feel like this one just feels good as a whole. Like the whole thing feels like really nice to listen to, and I think that's also because I had some more time. We had some more times. Like I'm always like the last, it's just like hurry up and put out another record, and we got to do the whole, you know, work from the road, listen to things on the road, and then send it back. I didn't have the time to like kind of sit, like that first song when we touched never would happen. The poem probably wouldn't have happened. I just had time to like kind of like for things to just pop into my head on a like a more of an album level, and I think even the pandemic probably gave me another 4 to 5 songs that beat out. There were other songs that didn't make it or whatever, or will probably be on the next record, but I don't know. It just was cool to have that extra time.
I have a million questions out of that one answer, but when you say like you had a bit more time, when did the creative process for this actually start?
I mean, the first song for it, aptly um titled Churches, was the first song that I really was like, oh shit, here we go. This is like another record cycle is starting, and this is gonna be, I just knew there was no way I was gonna not have that on the record, especially the next one. So um I wrote that with Dan Wilson, and I was very excited to get to write with him. He's like he's a legend in all these different areas. He had a great band. For people don't know, he had that song "Closing Time." He's in Semisonic, I guess it's called, right? I probably fucked that up, but he's been in a band, and he's been a big producer, and it's like a big writer with like other people, and so I felt like he had this duality to him, like as far as like his day job and his night job, like they're the same, but like he's just a couple of different entities, and so I kind of just sat at his feet, I guess it was probably like almost 3 years ago, and just listened to his story a bit, and just I think by the end of the by the end of the session, I was like, oh shit, we gotta write a song. I'm gonna miss a whole day. Like I'm gonna have one day to write a song. So I was like, dun, 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 dun. I played this little thing, and then he loved it, and then we started working on, and Churches like was born that day and the next, and it just felt really good. And then there's one song that's old. There's a song called "Can't Let You Leave," and I wrote that about the same person I wrote "Lost on You" about in and around the same time. I remember that that song was like this real mind fuck for me, because like she loved the song. Like she's like kind of in the process of breaking up with me, and she loves this song I'm writing about being heartbroken about her leaving. I was like, but like, so that was an older song. Again, I guess from like, literally like 2014, 15. Um, so that's the oldest one. And there's always like one old one. It's like kind of like, like Recovery on the last record, like that shit was around for a while. I didn't even write it for myself. I wrote it when I was like a songwriter for other people. And so so yeah. So there was a lot of, but then this that last phase of like all the time off and the pandemic and everything, it kind of yielded a bunch of other songs, and which I think kind of made the record so like vacuum packed, it feels like.
When you're around, it feels like angels over me.
Do you do something to celebrate these milestones in a career? Because it is a moment to release an album, but when you have something that you put so much love, passion into, and you had the time, is there something or anything you do for yourself that's a little differently?
No, I just take it to the streets, man. I just take it to the road, and that's when I think that's when I really celebrate, really commune with people and feel so grateful and so excited, and just like and feel like, oh wow, like people love these songs. Like it's funny to hear, people now like in the few shows I've done this year, just singing like the one that you love, the top of their lungs. I'm like, wow, my poor fans, like they're just like they go home like shit. They sound like said mob boss before, I it's like very like taxing. And but it's amazing, to hear the passion that like I feel people feel for the music. So that's where I really celebrate. There's nothing I could do to celebrate here, like except I mean, uh except every night that I go out and tie one on.